Hello and good evening from St. Louis Park. I'm Bruce Overton, along with Paul Bodwin, and tonight it's the St. Louis Park Orioles taking
Good
on the
evening. We
Chaska
are here
Hawks.
this evening to celebrate
And
the seniors
tonight
of St.
is
Louis Park
senior night here
football
at St. Louis
team.
Park, so we
Twenty
decided to come on a little bit
amazing
early
young men
to
that we're recognizing
cover the
tonight.
seniors, and I'm
Their
going to
coaches,
leave it to
teammates,
Kevin
family,
Jones,
friends, and
our
the
PA
entire
announcer,
St. Louis
as
Park
he
community honor
announces
you this evening for your
seniors and their
hard work and
families.
dedication to the game. We are proud of your accomplishments and wish you the very best in the future. May continue to include the love of football. Starting off our recognition tonight is Jack McCarron, escorted by Mom Karen, Dad Dennis, Brother Ted, and Sister Mavie. Jack would like to thank his coach Rob and Henry Benedictson for him convincing him to play football. His message to youth football players is make sure you understand what the people around you are doing in a play as well as yourself. Next, Dion Swarak, escorted by Mom Kelly and Dad Permal. Dion would like to thank his parents, friends, and all the coaches that helped him in life. His message to the youth players is get in the weight room. Next, Henry Bendixson, escorted by Mom Carly, Dad Mike, and Brother Adam. Henry would like to thank Coach JB, Coach Rob, Coach Foster, Coach Trent, and Coach Weiss. His message to the youth players is if you're going to hit first and hit hard. Next, Andrew Yakes, escorted by Mom Julie and Dad David. Andrew would like to thank Coach Polk, Rob Foster, and all the other DBs. His message to youth players is hit hard. Next, Stefano Giovanelli, escorted by Mom Lynn and Dad Gino. Stefano would like to thank his mom and dad for being his biggest fans, and Coach Foster and Coach Rob for always believing in him and pushing him to be the best he can be. His message to the youth players is good or bad, take everything as a learning experience. Next, Teddy Dolan, escorted by Mom Jennifer and Dad Todd. Teddy would like to thank all his coaches over the years. His message to the youth player is enjoy it, it goes by fast. Next is Zach Helfman, escorted by Mom Leslie, Dad Chris, and his brother Mason. Zach would like to thank his mom and dad, Coach Rob, Coach Foster, Miss Gus, Trent, and Polk. His message to the youth players is commit to the weight room and never give up. Manny Kaplan, escorted by Mom Julie. Manny would like to thank everything and everyone. His message to the youth players is trust yourself and your team and coaches. Jimmy Hager, escorted by Mom Ha and Dad Oren. Jimmy would like to thank Nordstrom, Foster, Kelson, Keith, and Coach T. His message to the youth players is eat more food. Next is Mason Amos, escorted by Mom Michelle and Dad Tim. Mason would like to thank his mom, dad, brother, and all of his football coaches and teammates. His message to the youth players is enjoy every moment of football because it goes by fast and you never know when it could be your last play. Next, Alex Lixapoli, escorted by Mom Terry and brother Jake. Alex would like to thank the coaches. His message to the youth players is don't give up. Next, Julius Nyakundi, escorted by Coach T. Julius would like to thank all the coaches. His message is to never give up on your dreams because anything is possible. Joey Falzone, escorted by Mom Barb and Dad Joe. Joey would like to thank J.J. Watts, Foster, Trayman, Rob, Dad, and his mom. His message to the youth players is have fun. It will go by quickly. Sebastian Tangelson, escorted by Mom Lisa and Dad Dario. Sebastian would like to thank Coach Opara for an incredible senior soccer season and not having a heart attack when I made a tackle. Bjorn Bleski for being my kicking buddy and getting me to kick in the first place. All of the coaches and the team for welcoming me into the team and letting me off the hook just because I'm the kicker. His message to the youth players is, I've only been in the program for 1 year, and it has already been an incredible experience. High school football at SLP is special, so stick with it and cherish every moment. Rocco Serrano, escorted by Mom Caitlin and Dad David. Rocco would like to thank Mr. Carlson, Mr. Opara, and Miss Ahrens. His message to the youth players is, it's up to you. Your potential is how much you are willing to work. Owen Weinkoff, escorted by Mom Michelle and Dad David. Owen would like to thank Coach Foster, Coach Rob, Coach Ewald, the captains, and the support from the students and parents. His message to the youth players is, don't think, hit. Next, Tenzin Dondup, escorted by Mom Svel and Dad Funstock. Tenzin would like to thank all the coaches and his parents. His message to the youth players is practice hard. Henry Eaton, escorted by Mom Terry and Dad Ben. Henry would like to thank Coach JB, Coach Costello, Coach Trent, Coach Wolf, Coach Foster, Coach Ewald, Coach Gus, Trayman, Coach Rob, and my mom and dad. His message to the youth football players is, learn to love the grind. If you get knocked down, always get back up. Zach Johnson, escorted by Mom Candace, Dad Tim, and sisters Grace and Faith. Zach would like to thank Coach Ewald, Coach Rob, and Coach Foster, my mom and dad, and Henry Eaton. His message to the youth football players is, get in the weight room while you still have the chance. It will make you so much better on and off the field. Cole Nowak, escorted by Mom Angie, Dad Dave, and brother Nate. Cole would like to thank Coach Foster, Ewald, Rob, Polk, and Trayman, and the student section. His message to the youth players is, savor every moment on the field. One day you'll play your last game, and you'll feel one of two things. You'll feel guilt because you didn't give it all you had, you didn't try your hardest, and you don't feel done, but you are. Or you'll feel that you did give it your all, you left it all out there the last game, and you're proud of that. You have to decide what you want to live with, so go like hell. Now I would like to read a letter from Coach Foster to his seniors. It seems like yesterday that many of you signed up as ninth graders to put on the black and orange. Boy, how has time flown by. Some of you will never play this game again after high school. I hope you remember that the friendships and all of your coaches will have an impact on your lifetime. The memories that you all share will last forever. Football teaches so many life lessons that will help you in adulthood. All the blood, sweat, and tears through your high school career will be a huge part in your life. Waking up on an early summer day to go to practice for 2 days while others do not play football and get to sleep in. Getting up early on a Saturday to watch game film after a hard-fought contest the night before. The game builds character, and each of you has great character. Never lose that. Now, The game you love playing is almost over for high school. It taught you lessons you never would have had without the bumps, bruises, and bandages. Love the game for what it taught you: toughness, loyalty, camaraderie, cooperation, and drive. It takes such courage and commitment to have played this game. You all made the commitment and stuck it through and played it well. Remember the words of your late coach, Breeden Weiss: adversity brings opportunity. Go and attack the rest of your life with the same intensity that you did the game of football. SLP for life. Thank you for allowing me to be your coach, part of your life. I love you all. Coach Foster. Thank you to the seniors and their families. Good luck in tonight's game.
Great job by Kevin Jones, and congratulations to all the seniors, and we want to wish them the best of luck on their future careers, and hopefully a good game tonight. Paul, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed the festivities. Got a little wrapped up in some things, got behind. One of my favorite moments, so I was sad to miss it, but always a special moment when the seniors march out with their parents.
Absolutely. So we want to thank everyone for coming on a little bit early here. We're going to take a break. We've got about less than 20 minutes till the start of the game, so stay with us. We'll be back with the start of football here very shortly.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfies. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back here from St. Louis Park. Bruce Holbrook along with Paul Baldwin, and final game of the regular season for the St. Louis Park Orioles as they take on the Chaska Hawks. St. Louis Park 5-2. The Hawks are St. Louis Park 2-5. The Hawks are 5-2. And the Hawks have been playing pretty good football. St. Louis Park has been struggling a little bit. They did lose their quarterback, Paul, and so they've had to have Stefano Giovanelli step in and play quarterback, which then you lose one of your best wide receiver on the team. So.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Bruce. And it's too bad, Declan Gaines, the sophomore quarterback we've been talking about, he just made the jump from freshman to varsity this year, and had a concussion in a game a few weeks ago. Hasn't been cleared yet. Just learned that he had a pretty serious concussion last year, so they're just being extra cautious with him, which is absolutely the right thing to do. But it's too bad because in that Benilde game that we broadcasted, he was just starting to really figure some things out and showed some promise, and it's unfortunate that he's had to step out. But as we all know, with what we're learning about head injuries, it's 100% the right thing for them to do. So kudos to him and the park trainers and everybody for making the right decision. And the best is Stefano Giovanelli here in his last game at home and playing quarterback.
Right, team player and just such a skilled player in many sports, and great baseball player, great basketball player, and a great football player. So he's added a lot to St. Louis Park, and this is his last home game for unless there's a section game here, but so a lot of incentive for Stefano to have a great game here tonight against Chaska. St. Louis Park will be in the black uniforms, black and orange. For the Chaska Hawks, they are in the white and purple. Chaska had won the toss. They elected to receive. Banashek will kick. And to return will be Wicker.
And we're off.
Ball was fumbled. And a carry to the near side and getting out in the open. We got a big gain here. He could go as he breaks to the far side. That is Myler, and Myler is...
He just kind of stumbled over there.
Yeah. The field was helped the St. Louis Park Orioles that time, and does look as it's been cold. It looks a little frosty on the field. So but what a great return!
Great blocking too.
Yeah, maybe you can see a little bit of a hold there, but
yeah. And if you look here, it's almost like his legs are moving too fast for his body. Just kind of.
Yeah, it was a long run, not only going down the field but then going lateral at the end of that play. So, Jamarius Courtney is the quarterback. In the backfield will be Reese Turner. And you're going to see a lot of running, and this is Turner. Turner breaks a tackle, gets all the way towards the end zone as he gets inside the 5-yard line. So a quick start for the Chaska Hawks.
Yeah, boy, do they look good, Bruce. I mean, a big run back, a lot of good blocking, big players, very athletic, and they've gone about 60, 70 yards in about 35 seconds of play.
Well, you know, in a lot of times you tend to defer when you win the toss, and Chaska, I think, made the right call on taking the ball right from the start. But it's going to be a lot of Courtney and Reese. And they give to Reese, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Orioles defense on that play.
Yeah, Reese, 6 feet, 200. He's going to be a tough back to take down.
Yeah, Max Olson, the nose tackle, making the tackle on the play for the Orioles.
Now, the Orioles have, outside of last week, have had some good defensive stops through their season, so we'll see if they can pull one out here. We've seen Joey Falzone make some great big stops, and Tony Cruz, of course, has been playing excellent defense this year.
So penalty moves it back. And off left tackle, Reese again. Reese Turner.
Turner on the carry.
Orioles defense.
Second and goal.
Led by Zach Helfman, who has been an amazing
Helfman on the snap.
tackler for the St. Louis Park Orioles. I think he had like 70-some tackles, leads the team.
Wow.
Almost double as what most of the players have. He's just been phenomenal at that middle linebacker spot. Third down, 3 yards to go. Courtney with Turner in the backfield. Straight up the middle and a big push. That's where you get those linemen pushing and helping, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Hawks.
Looks like it. I haven't seen a signal yet, but did they make one?
No, they put it right near it's right by the goal line.
It's about fourth in the width of a credit card, Bruce.
It is. Well, yeah, here's if you're the Orioles, you got to hope maybe they get a penalty or something to push back, because it'll be tough here. You're going to probably see Reese Turner again, maybe a quarterback keeper. I think we see Courtney.
Yep.
Well, they give it to Reese Turner, and Turner's in for the touchdown. Just a little turn move for Turner.
It is hard to keep a team from moving the ball that many inches, or that few inches, I should say. But, yeah, Tony Cruz trying to wrap him up and pull him back, but just too big, too strong, too athletic, and too close to the goal line to stop him.
Well, that didn't take long.
No, it did not.
9:13 still to go in the first. Chaska trying to make it a 7-0 lead on the extra point here. And the kick is up and good. And they are perfect for extra points this season.
Yeah, and just looking at that kick right there, it looks like he's got quite a leg. Even if they're ever in a field goal situation, you might see him.
Yeah, that's Quinn Myers, and he was like 24 of 24, so.
And considering the distance, Bruce, the Chaska faithful are out here in force tonight. Bring the whole cheerleader squad, and they love their football out there in Chaska.
Yeah, cold, very cold night here, 42, 43 degrees at game time. And hard to believe that a couple years ago, this was only like about the second or third game of the season. So.
Yeah, it does feel really early to be ending at MEA weekend, but here we are. Of course, it's better than that COVID year when.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean when we started. Yeah, yeah, we were playing almost into December. Kind of a brisk night, but not too bad. About what you'd expect for mid-October.
Short kick.
Very
short.
Showed
it at the 25.
Makes for a good chance for the Orioles here to respond. You've got a relatively short field. Let's see if Giovanelli can lead this young offense.
Yeah, starting lineup, and they're going to need a lot of running from Jimmy Hager. He'll get a great opportunity here to try and put some yards on the board here and see if they can get some points on the board as well. Stefano is a senior. And the give is to Hager. And just getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not much there. And, you know, they are going up against a big team. And St. Louis Park is sort of notorious for having small teams. So they're going to have to really figure some things out on both sides of the line to overcome some of the size of the Chaska team.
Okay, Jeremy Eichten, the sophomore, has taken Giovanelli's spot in the game. Also, Javaris Ellis as a wide receiver. And they like to use Kaplan up the middle. But here's a run off the left side. Good gain for the Orioles. Hager again.
Hager on the carry.
Hager's just a nice, solid, strong back. He can pound his way up the middle. He can also get around a corner when he needs to. And then it's a nice mix with the younger runner in Foster, who's a little bit more of your agility, quick runner. So between the two of them, they can make for a nice mix in the running game.
Waddell in on that last tackle, and it brings up a 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Another give to Hager, trying to get off the right tackle. He's going to be short of the 1st down as he gets out to the 37-yard line. So it's still going to be 4th down, 3 yards to go. Orioles will bring on the punting team.
Yeah, and that's the right move right here. You know, going up against a big, strong team like Chaska, you're still on your side of the field. You want to kick that ball downfield as far as you can.
So Zach Helfman will do the punting.
Oof.
Just got that one off.
Nice kick.
Wicker with the catch. And he's brought down immediately at the 31-yard line.
So we'll see what the Oriole defense can do here. They're put in a tough spot with their first defensive opportunity with the ball being so deep in their own territory. So we'll see if they can make a stop here with the ball on the other side of the field and keep this a close game.
Yeah, Courtney, this season's 30 for 69, 43% completion, but most of their yards come on the ground. And up back, getting about a yard. That again is going to be Turner.
Yeah, and Joey Falzone with a nice tackle there, plugging up the middle, and that's what they're going to have to do because they've got like we said, you know, in Reese Turner they got a nice big strong, or is it Turner Reese? Nice big strong runner, and they're going to have to plug them up somehow. Got 4 wide receivers on this set. Might be looking to throw.
Good call, and the pass short hops the receiver.
Yeah, and he had him. That's one that I'm sure Courtney would like to have back. He had him wide open right there and just underthrew him. So it's 3rd and long here, Bruce. Great opportunity for the Oriole defense.
Yeah, see if they put it up in the air again. Send man in motion. And this will be Courtney, who likes to take it himself. Courtney breaks a tackle. Orioles trying to stop him before he gets to the chains, and they do as he just gets to the 40-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of a 1st down, but great effort by Courtney.
Yeah, you can see why he likes to keep it himself. I mean, he is tough to take down in a situation like this. I'm not sure. It looks like they might go for it with only 2 yards to go, even though he didn't get the 1st down. He picked up 8 yards, which really changes the situation for them, and it looks like they will go for it.
I was trying to find the stats. I thought I had the stat sheet here, but between Courtney and Turner, they account for about 1,500 yards. It's pretty incredible.
And over 400 pounds.
Right. There's a handoff, and the Orioles stack it up behind the line. Great job.
That's an excellent possession for the St. Louis Park Orioles. Those numbers 77 on the tackle.
That's Zach Johnson, the senior.
And that's a turnover on downs, and you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself with the Orioles. They really plugged up the line on that possession. That's an encouraging sign for them.
Well, they turned field position around too, because you know they were had to punt the football. Now they get the ball back at the 38-yard line of Chaska. So trips to the far side. Bad snap, Giovanelli. He's got time though. He rolls. He's got room to run. Gets across the 40, 35, and out of bounds at about the 32, 33-yard line.
That's a real heads-up play on the part of Giovanelli right there with a kind of a low snap, slips out of his hands, but he's got good hands. We've seen that in basketball. Able to scoop that ball up right away, but the timing of the whole play is kind of thrown off. He saw an edge to take, saw a little corner to take, and went for it and picked up about 5 yards. 4 yards.
Yeah, they mark it at the 34. Looked like maybe he got a little further, but hard to see from this side where he stepped out. Once again, Hager in the backfield. Giovanelli's going to throw. Gets under pressure, eludes the tackle. Now he cuts inside, and Giovanelli works his way down to the 30, and that was all Stefano.
Yeah, that's just the quick athleticism of Stefano Giovanelli being able to just kind of skirt his way to a few more yards. And those are big yards in situations like this. We talk about it all the time. Big difference between 3rd and 6 and 3rd and a couple.
Yeah, just a great effort just even to get to within a yard or so of the first down. So about a yard and a half.
But at some point here, they're going to have to get something together, give Giovanelli some time to let the plays develop.
I think we see Hager here. It's 4-down territory. Hager with a first down. Nice run off the left side of the line. Good job by the left side of the offensive line for the Orioles opening the hole.
That's just a great execution all around. The blocking is great, creates the hole. Hager sees it, pounds his way through, gets the first down, protects the ball, and the Orioles have something going.
And not only do they have something going, they're keeping the ball out of the Chaska
Exactly.
offensive hands.
It's a very good point.
That's what you want to do. You want to just take time off the clock and sustain long drives here if you can.
And that's one thing the Orioles have done well this year, other than last week, is just keeping games close by having at least semi-long possessions.
Giovanelli, quick pass, caught. Kaplan.
Giovanelli's pass complete to Kaplan.
And that's a nice little quick out there on the part of both Kaplan and Giovanelli. Sees him, gets a nice throw, a little high, but Kaplan brings it right in.
Yeah, and again, Paul, you may not have gotten much on the play, but at the same time, what you're going to do is try and keep the Chaska Hawks off balance and now maybe be able to run the ball a little bit too. So Hager in the backfield. Hager gets the ball, finds an opening. Out to the 20-yard line. So good gain by the Orioles. They needed about 2 more yards now for a first down.
That's Bruce. That's just another great example of some really good blocking up front by the Oriole offensive line. I mean, look at this hole he's gotten. Hager, a running back like that, he's going to see that hole and he's going to get some yards for sure. And there he does. So the Orioles in a good position right here with 3rd and 3 and the ball on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Chaska held an Armstrong team, was pretty good, 7 points in their last game. They won 14-7. Pass complete. And a first down.
That's Dahlin, I think. Dalen.
Giovanelli's pass complete to Dahlin.
Nice play calling and execution on the part of the Orioles on this one, Bruce, with kind of things happening fast, and he had a guy deeper, and you think maybe he's going to go there, but just finds his man, and Giovanelli throws a perfect ball, and it's a first down Orioles, and they're inside the 20, and here we go. Just
going for that higher percentage passing play, get that first down, keep the ball moving. Giovanelli, he rolls to the far side, doesn't have any blockers, and he'll stays on his feet somehow. And Giovanelli finally takes about 5 Chaska Hawk players to bring him down at about the 4.
It's like trying to tackle a jackrabbit. Yeah, if you see, look at the speed too. Like I thought he would have been done long before that. 21 couldn't quite get to him. He makes a move back, cuts over. Just hard to bring down.
I think we got a timeout. I think the Orioles may have called a timeout.
On the field.
I think maybe to give Giovanelli a little bit of a rest after running to the far side, because by the time he gets back, he takes the plays over from the near sideline. He was all the way on the other sideline. So I think for him to get back, get the play from the coaches, I think it is best to give him a little breather and take a timeout here.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Bruce, for those reasons, as well as you're playing against a really good team, one of the best in your conference. And is it conference play? I thought it was. Maybe not. I always get those mixed up. But bottom line, a really good team, and you want to get this series right. When you're this close to the end zone, you also take that time out to just, like you said, settle down, catch your breath. But let's make sure we get the plays we want to run and get in the end zone.
So see what the Orioles come up with here with the ball at the 4-yard line, 2nd down. Back to pass. Giovanelli under pressure. Oh, he got rid of it.
Wow.
I did not see that play, but he got rid of it over to Kaplan, and Kaplan gets.
And that's just pure athleticism on the part of Giovanelli. You look here, he looks like he's done. He's got to get rid of the ball, maybe just throw it away in the back of the end zone. But watch him thread this needle. I mean, my goodness, that is a good throw.
That was a great throw. You know, and again, it's cold out there, and it's hard to grip the ball, but Giovanelli making some great passes. And it shows you the coaches have confidence in him to throw the football, too, and to scramble back there.
Yep.
But I think they're going to run the football here. It is. It's Hager.
So close.
He's right down near the goal line, and definitely the Orioles will go for it here.
Yep, I couldn't quite see who made the tackle, but that was excellent because he did have some good blocking again, which he's had this whole series. Looked like a good hole for him to pound it right through, but somebody got in there.
Not only that, it's a 1st down. So.
Oh, I didn't even realize they had a 1st down.
Yeah, it was not goal to go, so it's a 1st down for the Orioles inside the 1-yard line, and
that's huge.
Yeah, we'll see if they go under center instead of this. Well, no, they're gonna take the snap back. I like to see them just go huddle up right under center and just move it forward, but Giovanelli.
Oh no!
And that play.
Yeah, I think
maybe got him back to the line of scrimmage. He had to work just to get back there.
I think they were looking for a little, trying to catch him off guard because everybody's expecting it to go to Hager, and it just didn't work.
You see what Giovanelli did there. He did a great job hanging on to the football, making sure he had 2 hands around the ball. And he actually did stretch and hit the pylon, but his knee was down before he did hit the pylon. So he moved the ball right back up to where it was. Ball came disconnected there.
A little microphone problem here.
And the give to Hager. Orioles trying to get a push, but I don't think they're going to get enough.
Well, it's tough. One of the things that happens when you get that close is you run out of field to be able to spread things out. So the Hawks can really clog up that line. They can, it's easier to defend in some ways. And so the Orioles kind of stalling out here a little bit.
Yeah, they actually lost a little bit of yardage there. They maybe lost a half a yard, so it's going to bring up, they need a full yard here.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're just going to let the quarter go to the end. But if anything, and you hope they come out of here with 6-7 points, who would have thought that in the first quarter the Orioles would have the time of possession in their favor?
And again, Paul, we saw like a touchdown by Chaska right in the first minute and a half of this football game, and so St. Louis Park has sustained a very long drive, kept Chaska off the field, and has a chance to tie the football game here.
Yep, and it also keeps their defense rested. I mean, this defense is feeling pretty fresh here going into the second quarter. So, regardless, it's been a great job by the part of the Oriole defense on I think it was a 3-and-out they had in the last possession. If it wasn't that, it was 6 or 7 or out, however that works. And then the nice long drive right here. So the Orioles doing a great job, even though they're down 7-0. They're largely down 7-0 because of one big play on special teams.
So they bring it down to the other end, and we're going to just stay up here as we sort of rambled on a little bit. Don't want to leave before we miss this opportunity here for the Orioles. So at the 1-yard line, 3rd down, yard to go.
And with Looks like the Orioles called a timeout.
Interesting call there for the Orioles. They had time, they had a chance. It was the end of the quarter. They get down there, they're ready to run their play, and there's something they didn't like that they saw there.
Yep.
So,
which is, maybe smart. You really want to get a touchdown here, and depending what kind of formation Chaska's bringing, if you don't like it, start it over. They really want a touchdown here because that's just going to energize everything and everybody.
Right. They may have decided that they were going to pass the football that time, and then they saw maybe an alignment where Chaska was playing back in the end zone, and they didn't like it, so now they like to call it. But this is a huge play in this football game.
So we'll see what they come up with and see if they can get that desperately wanted 1 yard. It's not, do or die here or anything, but they want to get it.
Was that a Chaska timeout? First one. Oh, the first timeout before was Chaska, so that's the first Park one.
All right, it's a little clarification there. That first timeout earlier was Chaska. This one was Park.
So all that strategy of getting Giovanelli back to the sideline.
It sounded good.
See, that time they go under center. And Giovanelli breaks out of it. Now he's under pressure and just throws it incomplete.
How he didn't go down, I don't know, but he almost found a guy after all of that. So,
boy, Chaska, the Hawks really stacked that line, and the Orioles had no opportunity up the middle.
Which is
I do like, though, what they did. They went under center that time, and, but just didn't get it, and really almost an opportunity to get it there.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad play at all when it all came down to it. Giovanelli had a guy, threw it a little far for him, catchable, but a difficult catch. He was also throwing it where only the receiver could get it.
I'd say give it to Hager here, see if he can get it.
Pound it up the middle, get that offensive line clicking again.
We give to Hager, but he tries to go outside. Looked like maybe if he cut inside, he had a little more opportunity.
That's a tough one, I think.
But what a great stand by Chaska.
Yeah. Would they have 8 plays inside the 24 or 5 inside the 4?
Yeah, very tough for the Orioles to not come away with any points on that.
And let's see. Yeah, he did. He had some room there. That kind of opened up after he had already decided to go outside a little bit, maybe. It was hard to tell, but it looked like if he had pounded up the middle, he might have gotten it, but kudos to this Chaska defense. They're stingy.
Right, now here's where the Orioles defense needs to come up with some big plays here and see if the Orioles can get the ball back in good field position. Courtney standing in his end zone, and they give us to Turner.
And is that a safety?
And the ball's loose. Let's see. Are they going to say he got out? I don't think he got over that line.
I thought for sure that had to be either a safety or a touchdown from how we saw it here, but looks like they're going to put it right on the edge of the goal line. Of course, it also has to do with where the ball is, not where his body is.
Right. Let's see if he reaches the ball over, but I don't know. The ball was in his right arm.
Boy.
No, I don't see it on the replay.
Oh, I think what they're calling was a fumble, and it was recovered at the 1.
Back to pass. They're going to throw long over the middle. This one's too far.
That's a heartbreaker for the Orioles, Bruce. That's just a tough call, but let's see if they can overcome.
Well, they have them pinned back as far as they can, and if Chaska has to punt, so this is a big play for the Orioles defense right here.
This is, because that's a tough punt to make, and we'll see. They love to stop them once again. I would not be surprised to see Courtney keep this, but see if he can just give them even a little bit of breathing room.
And the give is to Turner.
Nowhere.
Nope. And
Orioles, now do they have it?
Orioles want a safety, and they're not going to give it to him.
The carry stops short.
So they just need to get the ball back in really good field position here.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at this one. It's so clogged up, it's going to be hard to tell, but it does look like he got across.
This one looks like he got out. The first one did not, but
yeah,
this one did.
He ended up getting tackled in the end zone, but his forward progress was certainly to
And
the
now the
1-yard line.
referee's got to watch Schaefer to make sure he doesn't take a step backwards. You see how he's got his
Yep.
back foot on the line.
Ooh,
Oh, that's close. It's a good punt.
that was a very nice punt.
And the Orioles will have good field position at the 34-yard line. Good return.
Amos on the
Well, you know,
return will
Amos,
be
that is a
first
tough one to
down,
come up with no
Orioles.
points there. When you're that close to a touchdown, you're that close to 2 safeties. But at the end of it all, kudos to the Oriole defense here.
Absolutely.
Like you've said, playing that field position game. They're in great field position again, and we'll see if they can, carve one of those long 35, 40-yard drives like they did toward the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, keep milking the clock and just working your way down there. Fumble. Giovanelli back to pass. He's got it in his left hand and goes out of bounds. Gains about 3 yards. Just a lot of running for Giovanelli just to get that 3 yards. So.
Yeah, it's been kind of the name of the game so far. And just look at this, how he just kind of plays with the defender a little bit and able to turn that corner, scamper out of bounds and pick up a couple yards on what could have been a very broken play.
Yeah, they give him 3 out of that, so it's 2nd down, 7 to go. I think I noticed that they don't have Giovanelli playing much defense because I think they want to let him focus and give him a breather. That's Hager,
Nowhere for
and
Hager.
Hager maybe gets to the 30. So bring up a 3rd down for the Orioles and a passing situation now.
Hager on the carry.
On that previous play, Bruce, it also just occurred to me that, he maybe could have found somebody downfield to throw to. The Chaska defenders are so big, he couldn't see over them.
Yeah, at one point I was thinking maybe just throw it away, get out of the, get across the pocket or whatever and throw it out of bounds. But
I'm not sure throwing it away is in Stefano's DNA.
it hasn't been so far. I think you're right on that one. Giovanelli, he's got room to run on the far side, and now he's going to throw it, and it's caught.
It's caught.
At the 15-yard line.
Giovanelli's pass
That's
complete
Kaplan.
to Kaplan. The result of the play is a first
And so
down,
on this play, when he's rolling out to this side,
Orioles.
that's his favored side because he's a lefty, so he can chuck that ball right down there and downfield a little bit and get a first down. Great play by the Orioles.
Yeah, Miles Myler was defending on the play, but a great job and good concentration by Kaplan to be able to catch that football.
And be in the right spot to get to the other side of the stick.
We haven't seen Foster yet in the backfield. This is going to be Hager, and Hager runs.
He's got some room.
Tries to go lateral and gets to about the
Hager on the
11-yard
carry.
line.
That's a
Hager
nice
on the
tackle on the
stop.
part of Myler, who just sort of dove and got the ankles
For the
before he could
second
turn that
down.
corner.
We mark it at the 13. Gain of 5.
If we take another look here, looks like to me Hager's going to maybe be able to turn the corner, but oh, I see. He cut back into him.
Clock ticking down to 8:32. Chaska 5-2, Orioles 2-5. Now we see Foster in the backfield. Giovanelli rolling. He's got a player open on the far side and just throws a little too far.
Yep, just overthrew. I think that was Amos.
Pass
Or
intended
Dahlen.
to Dahlen.
Yep, Dahlen. Just overthrows Dahlen a little bit, and that's going to bring up 4th down and a goodly distance to
think
go.
Third
Down. Third down, my
Yep.
bad. I wish they had the numbers over the sticks, because that's where I'm looking. And I've never been good at math. And here we see our seniors. It was senior day today. They always put together these signs, a little nice pregame ceremony about a half an hour before kickoff.
Foster in the backfield. Giovanelli. And the give is to Foster.
And there's not much there for him either.
No. And bring up a 4th down.
And curious as to why they had Foster in on a play designed that way. That was sort of a
Working
Hager
stop
design
brings up
play.
4th down.
I'm wondering if he's working a cramp out or something.
Orioles will not bring on the field goal team. think we're going to get a Giovanelli roll to the left and try and find someone.
I think so. Foster's still in the backfield.
Yeah, they have Dahl and Ellis over on the far side. Back to pass, throws over the middle. Oh, too low.
Just missed him. Looks like that was Dahlin again.
Yeah.
And he just missed him. Dahlin kind of banging his helmet. Maybe there was a little miscommunication. I'm not sure, but maybe felt like he should have it.
Yeah.
That's a tough catch, though.
It would have been tough, and Dahlin would have had to really get down low for that one. But the play was the right play. It was a good call.
Yep, just not quite there. And that's okay. You know, Orioles are still hanging in there and playing some good football, and now stay confident in that defense.
Yeah, see if they can keep them back there. And Chaska team can put up a lot of points.
And quickly, as we've seen.
Once again, Courtney, the quarterback, with Turner in the backfield to give his Courtney.
That was a nice fake on the part of Courtney. He fooled us and then kept it and scampered for a few yards.
Courtney keeps it over in second down.
Orioles defense doing a very good job against the run. And again, this is a team that predominantly runs the football, so the Orioles are playing a lot of guys up at the line.
Yep.
And I think at some point, Chaska's going to have to take some shots downfield.
They have. We've seen very few of those. I think one, as I recall, and didn't work out, but Oriole defense, like I said, doing a good job of plugging things up.
Yeah, single coverage to the outside. We'll see if they put one up in the air.
That's where they're looking.
Back to pass, throwing downfield.
He's got
Players
him.
open, and there it is. And out at the 2-yard line. Great.
Courtney's pass.
Who was that? That was
Fontaine.
what speed to go and get him. It was Amos, I believe. Mason Amos just flying down the field to save a touchdown. Watch it.
Yeah,
just
Aiden
kinda
Fontaine is the receiver.
out of nowhere. And he almost stripped it.
Right.
That's a heck of a save on the part of Amos there, but also great execution. You called it on the part of the Hawks to throw it downfield, and boom, just like that, they're on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, again, when you stack 8 guys in the box and you leave yourself open to that, and Fontaine broke free down the left side, and Turner's going to get it into the end zone.
Yep. That's a spot where it's just going to be really hard to stop the Chaska Hawks. So once again, we got another Chaska touchdown made, mostly because of a one big play. But those are the plays you got to stop too, and so kudos to them for just pounding it right down.
Yeah, what a momentum change from Orioles not being able to get that 1 yard, and Chaska just sort of fired up a little bit and able to come back down and make the big play. So.
Yep.
Extra point is good.
Rice's extra point is good.
Yeah, it quieted the crowd. It was seemed pretty exciting for a while there as St. Louis Park looked to tie the game against Chaska, and now all of a sudden the Hawks with a 14-0 lead, and we'll see what the Orioles can do here on offense. See if they can get back in this football game before halftime. Still 6 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the first half.
And the other unfortunate thing is that that missed safety. You can't blame the refs for shutting on anything. But boy, how would that have changed the game?
Oh, for sure. Good job to stay in bounds, and but as you mentioned, Amos did a great job to get him down. Pure hustle.
Yeah, he's got some speed. I don't know if he runs track, but he should.
Oscar Amos deep for the Orioles.
Another short kick.
There's a big hit.
Yeah, and it looks like Chaska's maybe got the ball. That was not as.
Yep, Chaska has it.
Wow. That's unfortunate. I mean, what are you going to do? You got to go get it, right? Because that's a live ball, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, you got to get it, and the question is, did they give him the opportunity to catch the ball?
Oh, there was a flag? That's what we're hearing from the booth. Yeah, there is a flag. Maybe not.
Official call is fumble Orioles recovered by the Hawks.
Remember, this isn't a
Sorted
punt
out.
situation, so it's a little different.
Well, there's a foul. So I think the Orioles are going to elect to have them re-kick it. It's a foul. I don't know if
I think it was a head-to-head, helmet to helmet, I think is what the ref indicated.
Personal foul on the Hawks. We're going to re-kick
I don't see it. And it's also, he did give him a chance to catch it. I mean, the ball hits the ground, then it's anybody's. So I'm not sure what the call was, but it turns out to be quite the break for the Orioles.
it is. It is, and we've seen some short kicks. I think the Orioles are going to have to move on.
Let's see if we can.
Yeah, I think he tackled him with the, led with the helmet, but
I don't know. There was another angle to me where I didn't look like he came anywhere near it, but I don't know. Let's see right here. Oh, maybe a little bit, yeah. Yep. He got him. Thanks to our awesome crew on the roof on a cold night, getting us those angles and giving us their eyes as well to help us see these plays. So that'll do it.
well, now the ref's talking to the coaches on the other sideline.
Well, I think they're if it's a helmet to helmet, one, the coaches might be having some questions, but there's also some warnings and things like that usually go into play when you're talking about helmet to helmet stuff, because we all know how dangerous the head injuries can be, as evidenced by the fact that the Orioles have been without their quarterback the last 3 weeks.
Right, and I guess the question the Chaska coach could be asking is, was it post-possession foul or whatever, and should it still be their ball?
Yeah, I think you can make the argument with a helmet to helmet that's contributed to the losing of the ball. So it's a tricky one, but if you're going helmet to helmet, that's probably before Chaska possessed the ball. Let's take another look here. Right there, yeah. I think that's the right call, and I think it's the right thing to
Almost like a defenseless receiver.
to make him kick again, right? Yeah, because that definitely contributed to Chaska's ability to take the ball, and it was certainly helmet to helmet. So here we go. The Orioles. I don't know if I want to call helmet to helmet a break, but we'll call it a break. Get a shot at this again and watch these short kicks. I think that might be part of their strategy on these kicks.
Quinn
Now when he
Myers, and
kicks
now
away.
he kicks it pretty good. And it goes out of bounds. So a flag will be thrown.
It's a wise play on the part of Foster to let that go.
It'll be first down Orioles.
Whew. So after all that, we ticked away about 12 seconds off the clock.
Right. Can they have him re-kick it?
I'm not sure of the ruling on this one. I thought the ball just got placed further downfield.
Look at you. Now the Orioles will get it at the 50-yard
Yeah, see,
line.
that's I wouldn't want to re-kick in that
No.
situation. I'll take the ball at the 50 every day.
Well, it's because they had moved the ball back, so they. Yeah, so normally it would have been placed at the 35 or so, but because of the 15-yard penalty, it was up 15 yards.
In any case,
Yeah, the Orioles have a good field position. They just got to capitalize. Back to pass, throwing
going
long.
deep.
Got a player open, incomplete.
And that's a I would say inadvisable throw into coverage.
Amos.
Dangerous throw, that's the word I'm looking for, is he's looking to get something going, too. I like that fight, like, let's go, let's take a shot, but he's well covered.
Amos actually had an opportunity there. He sort of was in between, and it was really a good throw by Giovanelli. It was good coverage, but Giovanelli.
Yeah,
But
he found the right
did
spot.
have Amos had that chance to come down with it. And they give to Hager.
And there's, again, that's what we've seen earlier in the first quarter. Great blocking up front right there. Look at, he just had like a current to just ride through there.
Rosenberg on the stop brings up third down.
So it'll be about 3rd and 5. Orioles would really love to convert here.
Yeah. And that was a great block on the right side by Henry Eaton. You just saw him just bulldoze the defender. Giovanelli, he rolls.
He's got room.
I think he can go for it here. Cuts back inside, has a first down inside the 40-yard line to the 38. So that's been open for Giovanelli when he rolls out. And I think Chaska's going to have to figure that if he does roll, it's going to be to that left side, and you can believe they'll make some adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, and look at him. He sees it right away. He's calling over to his people, catch that block. I thought he should have just bursted along to the sideline, and he cut back and showed me what's up by getting the first down plus 3 more.
Without taking the big hit, too. Gives to Hager. Hager looks like he gets a little bit of an opening, and then all of a sudden it's like the Hawks just converge on him very quickly.
It closes quickly. Yeah, Bruce, you're right. They're excellent in the tackling game over there in Chaska.
I mean, it looked like the blocking was good. He got through the front line, but then, as you mentioned, really good good tackling. Caleb Rector
So we
doing
got
a good job.
4:24 to play in the first half here.
There's a keeper, Giovanelli.
Ooh.
And he spins as he takes a hit inside the 30-yard line, down about the 27, and it's going to be very close to the first down. I think it'll be about a yard short.
And let's see here, just a designed keeper. And he's just so quick and has such great feet. Little spin move, and real close.
So 3rd down 1, 3:45 to go here in the first half. Chaska leads 14-0. Looks like, is that Foster in the backfield now?
Oriole crowd getting into it a little bit here, trying to push their team. Oof. That's Foster.
Foster on carry.
Yeah, Foster got into the second line there, but they converged right around the stakes, and it's going to be short by about another yard. So this is where the Orioles have faltered. They've been unable to get that 1 yard when they need it. Yeah. I'd like to see him just maybe try and roll Giovanelli again, and give him an option to either throw or run it.
He's had some good luck doing that. It's also curious to me that they've had Foster on these 3rd and short, 4th and short plays, not Hager.
Right, the bigger guy. Giovanelli is rolling across his body, throws downfield. There's got to be interference. Yes, it is.
Yep. It looks like an interception, but he completely impeded the receiver's attempt to get the ball, didn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. It's an interference call, and Orioles will have a first down.
There's a penalty on the play.
Oriole crowd chanting, "You can't do that."
Result of the penalty is first down, Orioles!
And so there it is, first down for the Orioles. 2:43 to play in the half.
Yeah, so they marked this one at the 13-yard line. We've been there a few times.
Yep.
There you can see.
I'm not sure how they decide where to mark the ball. The 13 feels strange.
Well, it's a penalty. It's not the spot foul.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a penalty, and they add yards.
There's a cutback by Hager, and he gets to the 5-yard line.
And he wisely second-guessed himself. It looked like he wanted to go outside again, but he had the room inside, and he turned it back.
Yeah, good call on that ball. Exactly, that's what happened.
It's almost like he put brakes on, like.
Yeah, well, look at that opening. He missed one of those earlier.
Yep. So this time he got it. Nice gain, 2nd and 5, and here we are at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, with 2:10 to go.
And they can still get a first down, too.
They give it to Hager, and he's inside the 5 down to about the 2-yard line.
And I think he's going to be a little short of the first down, but that's the other thing here. It's 3rd and 1 or 2 to go here, and it's always such an advantage when you can you don't have to get in the end zone in this situation. You can just get a couple more yards and get a whole new set of downs like they did previously, and hopefully this time they can find a way to punch it in.
Right, and this would be nothing better for the Orioles if they could just run the clock down, get a touchdown, and be down by 7 going into halftime.
Yep.
And we get a timeout on the defensive side of the ball. That'll be their
Timeout, Hawks.
second timeout for the Hawks.
That's a smart timeout for them. They want to make sure they got things right. And, you know, with the way the Hawks are, if they can get the ball back, they can score on one play. And so, you know, the Orioles really do want to try to tick this clock down as far as they can and not have their defense out on the field again this half.
And Paul, the score is really not indicative of the way the Orioles have played in this game. You know, we saw the big kick return to start the game for Chaska. They had great field position. They ended up getting that touchdown on like 2 or 3 plays to get down to the 1 yard line and then scoring. And then the Orioles really tightened it up, and then they gave up the big play again. So it's just a couple big plays have hurt the Orioles, but otherwise the Orioles have really dominated the time of possession and have moved the ball really well in this game. Now they gotta come up with that yard when they need it, though. That's
exactly right, and they need that yard right now. But they have done well, and we don't get these stats, but I would really love to see the time of possession for both teams, because it seems to be significantly in the Orioles' favor, which I'm guessing is part of their game plan.
Hager's in the backfield. Giovanelli's going to throw the football. He's got him.
Got him.
Touchdown!
And that is a touchdown for the Orioles.
Yeah, that's Kaplan.
That is Kaplan, a well-designed play. Giovanelli, you know, doesn't get tempted to try to run it in there, which maybe he could. Throws a beautiful ball right in that proverbial spot where only the receiver can get it. And he gets up there. Was that Dahlin, we said? And Kaplan, thank you. Kaplan gets up there and grabs the ball, and the Orioles are on the board, and they're going to kick. They're going to go for the extra point rather than the 2-point conversion here. No wind to speak of.
Oh, and that's
and it's
blocked. Yeah, it
and
looked like a low snap.
And that's a dead ball. Low snap, block kick. That's just a dead ball, so there's no return. On a field goal, you could return it.
It's a one possession game still.
Yep. Still one possession game, like you said, and it's for me, with how hard it has been for them to get the ball over the goal line, the extra point there is the right move to go for. But if you take another look here,
watch the snap. It's
a little off center too.
Oh, actually, that player coming in from the. I don't know who that was.
I think that was our number 7 again. He's been all over the place. Myler. That's just an excellent, excellent defensive play. Gave up his body to block that ball. Just there's not a lot you can do there.
So the Hawks still have 1 timeout left, 1:25 to work with on the clock. They look like they have a pretty good kicker if they need to try for a field goal. But
and there's part of you that would like to have seen the Orioles just kind of tick time off the clock in that situation. But the way this game has gone, you take the opportunity to get that ball in the end zone when you got it.
Absolutely. Good kick to the far side.
Yep.
See if special teams can get Chaska here. Oh, there he goes
Myler again.
Wow, Myler just sort of ran into the defender that was in the middle of the field. Otherwise, I think Myler could have gone even further.
Yep, yeah, and he was if I'm remembering correctly, the one that had the big run back in the opening kickoff.
Yeah, I think he blocks the kick and comes back and runs a kickoff back about 30 yards. So
he's a heck of a player. So we'll see what the Chaska offense can do. We'll see what the Oriole defense can do with 1:17 to play in the half.
This hasn't been the bread and butter for Chaska, throwing the football throughout the season, but now they just throw a screen pass and Turner breaks into the open and he should have a first down.
Yeah, that'll stop the clock for him while they reset the sticks.
Yes, we're at 1:09 to go in the first half.
Look at this discipline on the part of Chaska. Just so ready for that in that hurry-up offense.
Right in motion. This is a sweep play.
All right.
for Chaska.
So that'll keep the clock ticking. 48 seconds to go.
Second down.
Yeah, that again was number 19, Fontaine.
Chaska again ready so quickly on that line. They are so good at doing that. 36 seconds left to play in the half, but we got the clock on the board now.
Watch for Aiden Fontaine. He's going to the far side, and it's
might be picked
almost
up.
intercepted.
Oh,
No, he dropped it.
almost intercepted.
Nearly intercepted.
So 25 to play, 26.
Yeah, Nate Benishek almost getting the interception on the play.
That's good coverage on the part of Benishek. He just stayed with him the whole time and then had an opportunity for the pick. Oof.
Yeah, that's a hard catch to make, though.
It is. It looks like you should be able to just bring it in, but your body's in air. You're relying on your fingertips. It's hard to pull that ball in without dropping
Well,
it.
a lot of time went off the clock because they're down to 26 seconds to go.
Yeah, I was a little surprised they didn't use that timeout on the run play, but they were still able to get it off relatively quickly considering.
And they're going to run the football again. Big hole. Orioles have to stop them here because the clock's to their advantage. If they stop them here, 17 seconds, Chaska has to use their final timeout.
Well, they got the
Oh, they're
stop
not.
clock for the first down, so they're just going to spike it.
Yep.
That's a smart move. And it wouldn't surprise me if they put a couple seconds back on
I
the
was
clock.
thinking the same thing.
Because I thought it was 17-6 when the play ended, and now it's at 14, but we'll see. Either way, the Orioles defense has to be real stingy, real careful here.
Orioles defense, they're trying to say call a timeout on defense, but coaches asking them to call one. They're not doing it. Over the middle, complete.
That looks like another first down.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Courtney's pass complete to Wicker.
yeah, Isaac Wicker, and we'll see if we get a timeout now for Chaska. I think the coach ran onto the field to get the timeout here.
Yep, timeout Chaska,
Now
5
5 seconds, so this will be an interesting call. Do they kick a field goal, or do they elect to try and put it in the end zone?
I got a hunch they're going to go for it.
I think so too.
And you know, if they do it quick, they've got time for a shot and then to kick.
Well, now if you're the Orioles, you just have to line up around that goal line and just cover the goal line. Don't let them in the end zone.
Yep.
Oh, they're putting the clock up to 8 seconds. I
Yeah,
think.
and now they definitely have time to take a shot in the end zone. They're going to 8 seconds back on the clock, which I think is the right thing to do. It seemed like a few seconds slipped off there that shouldn't have.
So now you have a chance to maybe do a sideline
Yep.
pass, or you still have 2 shots at the end zone maybe.
Yeah, depending on how quickly they come off, and we know Chaska can move fast.
Courtney, back to pass, throws to the corner, and it's caught.
It looks like he's in. Yep.
Touchdown.
Wow. That was hard to see from our angle because it's the far corner. That just looked like a perfectly thrown ball.
Yeah, it was.
And he's only got to get 1 foot in.
That
1,
again is Isaac Wicker.
2. I think he even got 2 feet in. That's just a great play on the part of the Chaska Hawks.
Yeah, what a great drive for the Hawks to get down and punch it in at the end of the half, and that really sort of brings the momentum back in their favor going
Sure
into
does.
the locker room. So. And Mr. Automatic makes an
Yeah.
extra point.
But you know, also, Bruce, if you're the Orioles, you can't be feeling too bad about yourself. You're still in this game. I think you've executed your game plan really well, which appears to be let's try to keep the ball in our hands as much as we can. You got the touchdown at the end of the half here. And yeah, you gave this one up, but you get the ball back at the beginning of the second half. And you got an opportunity to somehow climb back in this thing. And so I think you're feeling pretty good about yourselves. You're also, you know, working with your backup quarterback, who was also your star receiver. So let's not forget that you're losing a huge dimension to your offense here. So I'm impressed with the way the Orioles have played here. I'm also very impressed, of course, with the way Chaska has played, as they just
Well, and
They got no quit. They've got an answer for everything. It seems like.
yeah, they do, and they're a very good team at 5-2. But what the Orioles did really well is they took away the run.
Yeah.
But what Chaska's done very well has been able to throw the football. And
Yeah.
Courtney has shown that he can throw the football and put it in the right spots.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot you can do when you're dropping dimes in the corner of the end zone like he just did.
St. Louis Park has to fill that football. There's still half a second left, and they do down it. And I think they'll probably just fall on the football here, going victory formation.
I would hope so. Well, yeah, they're not even going to bother.
Oh,
So
they're
they're
gonna let it
running
go.
off the field. Well, there you go, Bruce.
Yeah, so we saw Chaska with 1 touchdown in the first quarter, 2 in the second. Orioles with 1 in the second, missed the extra point, and 21-6 for the Orioles. Coaches still have to be pretty happy with how they performed. I mean, again, they get that ball in from the many chances that they had from inside the 1 yard line. All of a sudden, we're now looking at a 1-score game, and instead it's a 2-score game, and we'll see if St. Louis Park can do something when they get the ball back in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, Bruce, and I totally agree, and I just think, they really have played pretty well. The biggest problem was, like you said, just not punching that ball in when you had 6-7 tries right at the goal line, but c'est la vie, here you are. You played good football, and you get the ball to begin the second half, and see if they can put together a nice long drive.
Halftime here from St. Louis Park on senior night. Chaska leads 21-6. We'll be back shortly.
This is my husband, Alex Hussey. Alex is about 2 weeks away from coming home.
I was point man in foot patrol, and I stopped on the bomb. Lost my legs and my left hand in an explosion.
And he suffered a severe traumatic brain injury.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
There are so many mountains to climb, and we do it together.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
Come on, Alex, take on this mountain. That's what this is all about.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Alex has conquered this mountain. That's something he won't forget.
With the right support, there are no limits.
Look at that smile! You did it!
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won.
This has meant so much.
Thank you, DAV.
Alex Hussey, thank you for your service. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
And we're back here at St. Louis Park, 21-6. Chaska leads St. Louis Park, but the Orioles get the ball here to start the second half ball, and we'll see a couple things. I think their offenses move the ball fairly well. I don't think that's a big issue. It's now how do you stop Chaska from making those big plays, and again, for Chaska, if they're able to stop the run and force Giovanelli into passing situations, we'll see if Gio can come through with those big passes he needs to do. So he's thrown the ball well. He's been pretty much on target. Missed a couple throws over the middle, a little low that he would like to have had back, but for the most part, he's done well.
And here we go.
High kick, and the Orioles will let it bounce into the end zone, barely.
Yeah. Bounced back out of the end zone, but that doesn't matter. And Foster's made some good decisions there on kick returns tonight, if I do say so. He's let one go out of bounds because, which caused a penalty, and then he fell on one that might have been tempted to pick up and let that one go. So it's a little thing sometimes. So here we go.
This actually will be the worst field position that I think the Orioles have had in this football game.
I think you're right, yeah. So we'll see what they can do. If they're taking 5-6 minutes off the clock on a 40-minute drive, what could they do with an 80-minute drive? Yard drive, thank you. 80 minutes would be impressive.
Interesting, they have Foster lined up in the wide receiver spot on the near side.
What they work on at halftime?
And the give is to Hager. Nothing doing that time for Hager.
No, it's one of those things you got to do it. That's what's been kind of working. But then Chaska, of course, ready for it.
Yep, Carl Golan making the tackle for the Hawks. They'll bring up a second down. Call it 9 yards to go. The line has done a pretty good job giving Giovanelli some time to throw the football.
Yeah, they struggled a little bit early, but then they settled in well.
And they give us to Hager. And again, you know, it looks like Hager's going to get some steam, and it looks like he's going to be able to get more than he gets. But Chaska seems to close the gap pretty quickly.
They sure do. I was just about to say the same exact thing. You thought he was maybe going to take off there, but they just wrap up so well. They close in well. They make it hard to really get anything big going on the running game. So 3rd and 4 already. Really would like to get a first down here. You don't want to go 3 and out on this opening drive.
Dallin lines up to the near side. Giovanelli, he has the football. He's rolling.
He's got
He's
Dallin
going to have
deep.
to get rid of it. And now he throws it across the middle, and it's caught.
And looks like he's going to have the first down based on where the ref is placing.
Yeah, he got quite a bit more than what he needed to get us to get across the 30. So mark it at the 32.
Yes, we'll take a look here. Giovanelli did have Dallin deep, but he maybe wasn't quite in position to throw it deep.
And I think take the sure thing, and he throws across the middle of the field in between 4 players.
Threading the needle again.
Giovanelli, he's going to keep it. And, well, again, he makes a couple moves just to stay on his feet. Turns something into nothing into something.
Right. Even if it's a little something, it's still nothing into a little something. You see here, you just think he's going to go down and just whoop, cuts over and gets rid of that guy.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to lose a couple yards, and instead now he gains 2, and it'll be a second down, 8 yards to go. So good job by Giovanelli just to make those moves that he needs to make. Very elusive. Well, Dallin lines up to the near side. Let's see if they maybe they saw that he was open earlier. See if they try and find him down the sideline.
That's where he's
looking for him. Not open.
Going deep. He's not. Yep.
Now Giovanelli cuts back, trying to get the receivers to go, and he's just going to have to run it himself, and gets out to the 39-yard line, maybe the 40. Yeah, a couple yards shy of a first down.
Yeah,
a lot of work, but Giovanelli really didn't have anyone open. Chaska did a really good job in coverage here, and see, even he tried to go the other way. Now he cuts back. He seems to seem like he has a lot of time, and these defenders are just slow on the pursuit.
Yeah, and it's a nice way for him to pull up into the broken pocket, but a pocket nonetheless there. And here we go, 3rd and 2. Let's see if they can convert.
Well, 3rd and 2, and they give it to Hager. Hager has a first down. Well, no.
Oof.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Again, they close the gap, and they look like they're going to move the chains, but I don't know if they're going to move them yet.
I don't think he got it. Just an incredible wrap-up. They did. Okay, let's take a look here.
First down, Orioles.
Ooh, that is close.
It looks short from this side, but I think we got a bad angle.
Yeah, and it's where the ball is when his knee hit. But again, that's that Myler kid. He is just all over the place. Almost kept that from being a first down when it looked like a sure thing.
Right. But Hager seems like he just gets ahead of steam when he first gets that football, but then Chaska just does such an amazing job. Back to pass, a screen pass thrown to Foster, has it at the 40, and really not much he could do. He didn't have any room with the defenders closing on the play.
It's a screen pass with no blockers. So he's dumping him over to him, but then he just turns to a sea of white shirts. If you see, look at that. There's just no help there. Not a whole lot Foster can do with that.
Yeah, good job by Waddell. A couple other players in on the play too as well. So at the 44-yard line. Again, Orioles sustaining, taking time off the clock, moving the football.
That's what they have to do, Otherwise, this team could really run it up on you. But it's going to be hard for them to do it if they can't get the ball.
And defense could start tiring a little bit. They've been on the field quite a bit in this game. And Hager is going to gain about 2 on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down, 7 yards to go for the Orioles.
Seems like the Chaska defense is really keyed in on the Orioles running game. So they're going to have to start to get something going in the air here if they're going to make this work, because they've just really keyed in on the run game. I'd like to see him get some nice short slants and things like that working.
Yeah, they're going to have to get Giovanelli into some open field to be able to throw that football.
but they do still need to keep at the run. Don't get me wrong.
They're also on the short side of the field, so for him coming to the left, he's got very little room. So he goes right, and that ball was deflected, batted down by number 13, Peter Schmitz.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate. It was a nice design play. It looked like it had something going, but you're looking at a guy who's 6'3", 210, barreling down on Stefano Giovanelli. It's going to be tough to get over his hands, and that's exactly what happened.
So Helfman will attempt his second punt of the night, and it's going to be Isaac Wicker. I think it's Myler, number 7, 1 and 7. So
Myler's had a
Wicker
couple of
and
big
Myler.
run backs already.
Yep. Good punt. Taken by Wicker. He has it at the 30. Breaks one. Well, now he doesn't get out of the tackle. Good tackle again by Kaplan.
Yeah, it looked like he had him stiff-armed to, evade him, but then Kaplan's able to just get down and grab him by the ankles and take him down. Nice tackle. So you notice they're kicking away from Myler.
Hawks.
7:37 remaining here in the third quarter.
Look at Kaplan stay with that. Oh, got him by the shirt. I
Wow.
thought I got him by the ankle.
Pretty strong.
It looked like
hands.
one finger even. Wow, that's a nice way to stay with it, Kaplan.
Almost like he had stick of mine.
Yeah.
Again, Courtney in the backfield with Turner, and the quick pass, complete, and this could go for a lot of yards here down the far side. Just a
Schaefer.
Yeah, and that's Schaefer on the reception there. Had some nice blocking, well-designed play, just real quick.
Yeah, so they just send the tight end out, and again, Schaefer with the nice gain. Player in motion, and he didn't get the football. They handed it off to Turner at the 40.
Courtney keeps it.
That was actually Courtney keeping it, but watch this
nice
hit.
fake.
Watch number 38. Had he gotten the football,
yeah,
it would have been a loss of play, but Courtney was able to bring it.
It's a really good fake, too, on the part of both of those players. 'Cause it looked like he had it to me, and then Courtney just snapped it right back into his own hands.
You'd have to pull the binoculars back out if they're doing fakes like that. And that should be a first down.
Yeah, it's a nice push on the offensive line to get their yards they need, and this is the kind of thing Chaska would love to do here. They're great at scoring quickly, but they want to get out there and get a nice, long, sustained drive as well.
Yeah, Reese Turner getting past the defender and into the secondary and getting that first down that he needed to get. So first down inside Oriole territory at the 34-yard line. And the Hawks mixing it up a little bit now, making it a little bit tougher on the Orioles.
Yeah, they have mixed it up here in the first half, Bruce, and
They ran
another
Cooks to the
keeper.
near
And
side,
look
yeah.
at that.
Good job defensively by the Orioles.
Yeah, really nice. Still very nice by the defense, but he just had such a huge hit on him. And Courtney's so big and strong, he's still able to get a yard out of that. And look at the hit he has on him, and I can't believe he didn't go down.
It's a second down.
But that's the kind of stuff the Orioles are going to need to do. Kind of stuff them up there. 2nd and 9. You want to keep this at 3rd and long. Don't let him get any yards here if you can.
So Wicker and Schaefer to the near side. Quad receivers. Man in motion this time. Again, a keeper.
Yep, another good fake. I think it really had the defense fooled a little bit, and they pulled away, and Courtney's able to slip up and get some good yardage to make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, the defense and the announcer fooled on that play. Zach Helfman making the tackle. Third and 3. Orioles need a stop here.
Just about 5 minutes to play in this quarter. A lot of time ticking off the clock. It's going to be the fourth quarter before we know it.
Courtney back to pass.
Going deep.
Lets it go. And good coverage by the Orioles.
Very good coverage. Looked like maybe there was some miscommunication or the receiver slipped up or something because he was nowhere near where Courtney was throwing that.
Yeah, closest player was Nate Benishak.
Something just seemed to have gone wrong on their part, but still very good coverage.
Well, 4-down territory
Yep.
for the Hawks, so they elected to just try and go for it there. And
No, but it'd be huge for the Orioles to get a stop here. See if they can do it. They've had a hard time keeping them from gaining the ball much in this half.
his keeper, Courtney, and Courtney has the first down.
Courtney keeps it.
Good job by Courtney.
Yep, he's just that kind of a player.
It'll be a first down for the Hawks.
I mean, the blocking is just incredible up front. Nobody can get anywhere, so he's going to scamper and get his 3+ yards easily on that play. It's another first down for the Hawks, marching right down the field and chewing up clock like crazy.
Cross lines up to the near sideline. Wicker on the far side. Courtney. Hand off, Turner.
Turner on the carry. Elfman on the stop, brings up second down.
And again, just some good blocking, but a nice tackle. Wraps him up, takes him down. Chaska spreading it out here.
Yeah, quad receivers, and there's movement.
They get him.
I think this one is going to go against the Orioles.
Yep. And it looked like he came in with a little bit of a hard count too. He just had to hand it to Chaska. You know, they're kind of dominating on this drive, and then they just come out and do a hard count on you. And what was it, 3rd, 2nd and 5, and you get a first down. Coached him up well.
Yeah, first down now for the Hawks, just outside the 10-yard line. Quick pass
Look
in
at
the
that
flat, and touchdown. I think
That's
that's
just
number 38, Krause.
And you know what we're seeing there, Bruce, with the Chaska Hawks on that drive is just play calling, coaching, and execution on everybody's part. I mean, the throwing's been great, the blocking's been great, the running's been great. There's just like nothing you could do. If you look at this pass right here, you could see it. Everything was set up exactly the way the Hawks would want that play to be set up. As soon as he caught it, you knew he was going to get in, just because of the blocking and everything going on there for the Hawks. Everything going right for them here in the second half.
Yeah, second touchdown pass of the game for Courtney, and kick is up and good.
His extra point is good.
Again, it's not only the kicker, but you have to give credit to the entire offensive line, the center and the holder, that they've made all these extra points. And
Yeah,
again, just a nice play. As
it's so much harder than it looks. Everything has to be precise and precisely timed for those kicks to go off the way they do. So it is impressive work. And I don't know about you, if you've ever tried kicking a field goal in like a kind of more real situation with a real goal post and everything. I mean, it's embarrassing trying to kick a field goal. When the Super Bowl was here, they had a little thing downtown where you could try to kick a field goal, and it was one of the more humbling things I've ever done in my life. And I'm a pastor. So you're right, getting those 4 extra points, I mean, it's just a lot harder than it looks. There's the Oriole mascot.
So see if the Orioles can make something happen here in the second half offensively, as they're going to get the football back, and Foster's going to let it go into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. Good strong leg by the Chaska kicker. Number 80, Quinn Myers. So the Orioles will start from their 20-yard line. They now trail by 22 points.
And we'll see if they can get something going. You'd really like to see them just get a solid offensive possession here. As we get to 3:25 left in the third quarter.
Trick play. They're going to throw back to the Giovanelli. This is his way to catch the football.
I love it.
And Giovanelli goes out of bounds at the 35. Yes.
I love the call, though, Bruce. Just to mix it up. Let's try something different. Let's get the ball into one of our best players' hands. And a great little call. And who's that, number 15? Nice throw.
Helfman.
That's Helfman. That's a nice throw, too. He got it right to him. And I'd say especially at this point in the game, this point in the season, why not mix it up? Have some fun out there, and let's see what we can make happen on this third quarter drive.
Once again, Hager in the backfield. And Giovanelli hands it to Hager. And going has been a little tougher for Hager now here in the second half.
It sure has. And even toward the end of the second half, there were some struggles as well. Like I said, the Hawks have really closed in on the run game.
Smalley on the stop, brings up second down.
See if they try and get Kaplan the football. He's got single coverage on the near side. And the handoff to Hager.
Yeah, and Hager there seemed like he was looking for a block that he didn't get, or a hole or something. He it looked like he was waiting for something to develop. Wasn't quite there, so he just punches it as much as he can. Gets a couple yards.
So now they bring in an extra defensive back for the Hawks. Giovanelli steps into the pocket, and Giovanelli has the first down.
Yeah, I think he saw the room there and just decided, I'm going, which I think was a smart move. You know, it's a little bit risky because you're not sure he's going to get there, but if you look at the space that opens up right there, and he said, all right, I'm going for it, and he's just got such moves.
Coach Breitenbucher, hoping he's not at this game watching this, because Giovanelli's going to be counted on for basketball. We have a penalty against the Orioles.
Oh, no.
Back.
Is there a hold? That might be the reason the hole was there. Well, that'll back it up.
It's a third and long.
Yeah, third down long now for the Orioles.
Yep, remains third down with that penalty, and then they got a bunch to go, so they're going to have to throw the ball downfield, unless they just want to try to make up a few yards, but
Giovanelli under pressure, and the first time, and he fumbles the football, and the Hawks recover it. Really the first time that Giovanelli has been hit like that, and really nothing he could do.
There really wasn't. I mean, everything just collapsed on him right away. I guess the only thing you could say that he could have done is tucked that ball down under to protect it, but yeah, because you see the way he's holding that ball, it's just loose, but everything's just collapsing on him immediately. Nowhere for him to go. Excellent defense on the part of the Hawks.
So Chaska with another opportunity to pile on some points against the St. Louis Park Orioles, and see if the Orioles can just try and make a stop here defensively.
Yep. And that previous play, you got Lorenz Preston, who is 6'3" and 250 barreling down on you. I don't know what you can do.
Right.
Or Preston Lorenz, sorry. Thank you for that correction.
We give us the Turner, and he gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive stand there for the Orioles.
Just got to do it a few more times.
Yeah,
that's a nice tackle.
Brings up second down.
Yeah, it was number 35, Jer Romero Sanchez. He's a junior.
Big kid.
Clock under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Back to pass, thrown over the middle, and I think it's caught.
It does look
at the 2-yard line. Nice catch by
Pass complete to Fontaine.
Fontaine. Aiden Fontaine, he's a junior.
Yeah, it's just a really nice catch, a little bit behind him, which kind of needed to be based on the coverage, but again, just all around good play on the part of the Chaska Hawks. Everything's just clicking for them in this half.
Yeah, they don't have to run another play. We're down to 17 seconds, but we'll see what they do here. Maybe try and draw the Orioles off sides and get another yard out of it.
I don't know why you wouldn't just let it run down to this quarter, but.
And the quarterback keeper is Courtney, and he's in for the touchdown.
Courtney keeps it for a Hawk
Yeah,
touchdown.
the Hawks are they're moving the ball now.
Yeah, they're kind of running away with this one, Bruce, and you gotta hand it to them. I mean, they just came out this half and said, here's what happened. The first half, even though the Orioles were down 21-6 or whatever it was, I can't even remember now. The first half was played the way the Orioles wanted the first half to be played. What's happened here in the second half is the Hawks have taken over and said, nope, we're going to play our game.
Right, and the turnover, they turned the turnover into points. And the referee had to look a little bit. I think that was real close to the left upright.
Yeah, and it was so high. The higher it gets, the harder it can be to tell
good.
if it's
that brings us to
in or
the
out of the
third
upright.
quarter.
Referee had a big smile on his face. Yeah, like he had to look up. I think he got dizzy. 35-6 the score. Chaska leading St. Louis Park, and we're through 3 quarters of play. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more football in just a minute.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
So we're along with Paul Bodwin as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, 35-6. And I think 21 unanswered points for Chaska. There's another ball the Orioles have to pick up, yeah. They're going to start deep in their own territory.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. The Orioles thought that was going to go into the end zone. It didn't. And again, on a kickoff, that is a live ball. So the Orioles have to get it because if they let Chaska get it, it's their ball.
Coach Foster saying, "What are you doing?"
I got to get
that
the ball.
That was exactly what he said there. He's just like, he shrugged his shoulders. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's not the way you want to go into this first play in the fourth quarter for you. Little Timberwolves update for any of you. I'm just kidding, Bruce.
That was good.
You gotta have a little fun in these situations.
Start telling stories here pretty soon. So the Orioles now 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. And they're just going to play it safe and hand off to Hager, who again just goes lateral and unable to break tackles.
At this point in the game and season, you want to mix it up and have a little fun, but not when you're that far deep in your own territory.
And again, watch number 7, Myler.
He's just been everywhere tonight.
What a
great limping off the field.
Great football player. Yep, that's not what you want to see.
Nope.
I think we'll see Foster in the game now.
You're hoping Hager's all right and can get back in the game. You don't want your senior year to end that way. A nice run.
Giovanelli keeps it. The third down.
Hey, Giovanelli. The Orioles will try and get maybe some seniors in the game that don't always get an opportunity to play.
Yeah, at some point I think they will. Right now, I think they'd like to try to get another touchdown on the board if they can. But
we got Jack McCarron in the game. He's
Okay.
a senior, number 2, as a wide receiver to the near side. Giovanelli, and
Oof.
he has this
Oh, it's
batted
picked
and
off.
it's intercepted.
Ouch.
Picked off by number 42. That's Gillette, Russell Gillette.
Giovanelli's pass intercepted by Gillette.
It looked like,
It was tipped.
yeah, and it just wasn't quite on target. 20 tipped it, and that's I'm not sure who that is, but
Yeah,
just
that
an
was
unfortunate play.
Taylor Sussner. So we're starting to see more players put into the game by the Hawks, giving some players some playing time and coming up with a big player for the Hawks there.
Absolutely.
35-6. See if they change quarterbacks here. I think they did.
I think they did, yeah. Yep, they did.
That's number 16, Volbrecht.
Carson Volbrecht in at quarterback now.
And the handoff, number 32 in the game. That's Harbaugh.
Harbaugh on the carry.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do to get these guys in, but it wreaks havoc on your play calling, right? When we got used to all these, we got these new names in there. But it's good that they're doing this.
You got to start circling players here. Go off the lineup sheet. Harbaugh in the backfield. Volbrecht, the quarterback, and that's Carson Volbrecht. He's 6'4", 175, junior. And he'll hand off. Nice tackle by the Orioles.
Hendrickson.
Yep.
Hendrickson on the stop.
The Orioles' schedule just seemed to get tougher as the season
sure
went
did.
on. They started off playing Simley, Jefferson, Two Rivers, and Benilde, and then it was Orono, Academy of Holy Angels, Waconia, and Chaska.
And again, the loss of Declan Gaines at quarterback, like we said, it was just really starting to figure some things out in that Benilde game, and then he's out with a concussion for the rest of the season. That just really puts a damper on things.
Yeah, it does in more ways than one. You know, you take Giovanelli out from his position where he's so good at wide receiver, and number 2, you know, Gaines is a sophomore, and you know, hoping that he can get game experience. Right. So as he plays in his junior, senior year, and any time you know, you get injuries like that, you have to hope they don't linger on for you know, where you have continuous problems with those kinds of injuries.
Right,
so.
and a lot of young people do in particular, and so I'm glad they've done with him what they've done. You probably do need to just shut him down, but it's unfortunate because he, like we said, he was just starting to get some things going. He's a young guy.
32. Harbaugh.
Yeah,
and Chaska's just rolling up the points now.
Yeah. And that's okay. You know, they're not trying to run up the score. They're putting their backups in, and they're scoring touchdowns. And those guys don't get to score a lot of touchdowns, so that's okay. What are you supposed to do? Just fall down? Yeah. Per our booth up there. Nice cut back, finding the hole. Is this new kicker? 38.
Nevin Kraus. And Krause's kick is up and good.
Krause's kick is good.
That was actually a good spot. I mean, the holder did a good job because that was a little high. It didn't look like he was going to get that down in time, but he did a great job. Here's Volbrecht with the handoff for the touchdown. Nice cut back, yep.
And then he kicked the extra point. And we'll see what the Orioles can do here now. You hate to say a game's out of reach, but when you're down 42-6 with 9 minutes to play, you just want to get out there and do some things that you feel good about, you know, to leave the field with it.
Well, if you're the Orioles now, do you have a quarterback you want to see have any opportunities? If you do, now's the time. Put him in the game. You have 8:50 to go, down 42-6.
Yeah.
You have Chaska probably putting their second string defense in the game, but otherwise you just roll with what you got and let those guys try and put some points on and get the fans fired up a little bit. It's their last game. Nice run back.
Henderson on the return. Henderson on the
that was
stop.
number
It'll be
4,
first
Henry
down,
Bennington.
Orioles.
It looks like Giovanelli's waiting for the call, maybe on the sideline. He'll go back in.
Yep.
What a career he's had here at St. Louis Park. Been a rough year this year with an injury, new quarterback injury, but he's been just such a fun part of this team for the last few years.
Well, last year's team, we would have been saying, do we have a miracle in it for us? But
I think we reached our cap.
we used it up last year. About three great finishes by the Orioles last season. Seemed like every game we did, there was something big happened towards the end of the game, and a lot of fun. And this team's really fought hard. They played well, and again, you have mix of some seniors, but a lot of youth on this team. Some sophomores getting some playing time, juniors, and again, as we mentioned, Gaines is a sophomore quarterback, so be fun to see what he can do over the next couple of years.
Yep. And Coach Foster has this team, just this whole program headed in the right direction. Such a turnaround. Even just participation numbers are way up from where they've been, and so there's a lot to be looking forward to in the future. Here goes Giovanelli rolling out.
He stops.
Look at him just bargaining for a.
He just lobs it up in the middle. He's like, go and get the rebound. Basketball season's coming up shortly.
Right. Well, this is part of his game too. He's like, this is what we do. We throw the ball up and we go and get it.
We've seen Giovanelli on the basketball court make those long throws too.
Right. I mean, how is he not tackled here?
Right. Just stops on a dime. Still has the presence to send his player down there. Well, third down. Chaska showing blitz, getting in quick. They just throw that one and
a little low.
Or is going to get down to about the 29-yard line. We'll see if they punt or.
Let's take another look at this one.
Yeah, they're going to bring the punting team in.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do.
Fourth down.
It's a little low, but even if it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right in the numbers, I don't know what he would
have done.
Did
he have his knee down on the ground? That was really close.
Yeah, it was very close. Normally in this situation, I might say, let's go for it, but the ball on the 30-yard line. Let's make it as tough on Chaska as possible. Nice punt.
And over end, filled it at the 40, out to the 48-yard line.
Nice tackle. So we got 5:35 to play here in the game. 42-6 Chaska over the Orioles.
We wait. The sections probably will come out on Saturday, I would think, and St. Louis Park will, my guess, be on the road.
I would guess, yeah. I would assume this is the last game here in St. Louis Park. That's a heck of a tackle. Nice big hit.
Ran right into a brick wall. Yeah, we are in running time right now. So 4:45.
Second down.
36-point lead, so.
Yeah. Seems like that would be enough to go to run time.
And again, across midfield, down to the 46-yard line for the Hawks.
28 on the tag.
That carry went to Tate Miller, number 28.
Carry.
One of the few players on their roster that appears to be
Hoffman
under
stop.
6
It's a
feet.
3rd down.
So 4 minutes left to play.
And the Hawks should just keep it on the ground here. And that time they give it to number 34. That's Minta, Muhammad Minta. So they're moving the ball around, giving different players an opportunity to run the football.
And, you know, there's a lot of reasons to do that. One just being give these guys a chance to touch the ball. Another being let's see what some of these guys who don't get to play very much have.
15 minutes. Thank you.
Well, 4th down, I think Chaska may actually be punting the football here.
Yeah, and in a situation like this, when you're up 42-6, that's kind of the right thing to do, is to punt the ball away. There's no reason, you know, unless you want to work some plays and such like that. But it's kind of the right thing to do. Let's just punt the ball away and give it back to them.
That was a backup punter punting that time too.
Well, see, that's another thing. Give as many people a shot as you can. Giovanelli heading back out on the field. I'm kind of with you. If they had a quarterback in waiting, why not get him out there and then put Giovanelli back at receiver and see what you can do? But they may not have that person. When you've got a sophomore quarterback, you probably don't have a lot of people in the wings.
Well, a long ways to go for the Orioles if they want to get one more touchdown, because they are in running time. We're down to 2.5 minutes to go, and the clock will continue to run. I think the Orioles just set to let this game run out and be done with.
2nd down.
Small crowd here tonight. Very cool evening, and
Eli on the stop.
Yeah, not as many people here as usual, but the you know, the student section still making their presence known tonight.
There in Chaska had a pretty good following on the far side of the field too.
They sure did.
A lot of orange there. It almost looks like they got the hunting uniforms on.
I think that's what they got. Yeah, that's all they wear this time of year.
So Orioles put this one up in the air to Tony Cruz, number 9.
Vanelli's pass complete to Cruz.
Cruz' big moment this year was that
First
pick
down,
6 against
Orioles.
Vanille.
So 125, and clock continues to tick. Orioles will probably see if they just keep putting the ball up in the air.
Yes, I'd like to see him take a shot downfield.
They give it to Foster. He gets to the 30.
And Foster seems like one of those players that are really working on developing kind of a small but quick and agile young man, and so I think they want to really see what they can develop him into.
Look at the lights out there now.
Yeah, they got their cell phone lights going. The Chaska crowd may have matched the St. Louis Park crowd tonight.
30 seconds. This could be the last play here for the Orioles.
Yeah.
And now Giovanelli's going to let it go
There we go.
downfield.
Get that.
And,
Oh, he dropped it.
incomplete. Yep.
And that'll do
Cruz
it.
was intended receiver.
That should do it unless they hurry up with the running time.
But St. Louis Park is just going to let this one run out.
Well, not the game you would want in your last home game, not the season you'd probably want, especially as a senior, but still a program headed in the right direction with St. Louis Park Orioles, and they had a big bad break with losing your quarterback midseason. And they did what they could this year with what they had, and gotta hand it to them.
You know, St. Louis Park just struggled a little bit their last 4 games. They went on a 4-game losing streak. They gave up 52 points to Orono, 34 to Academy of Holy Angels, and 55 to Waconia, and now 42 here to Chaska. So Chaska with a nice win. They go to 6-2, and they were able to capitalize and St. Louis Park kept it close for a while there, but in the end, Chaska really played well and,
Sure
and
did.
was able to get the touchdowns and put up the points. So.
Oh, yeah. So barring any surprising home game that they let us broadcast, I think this will be it for us for the season.
It could be, and we're heading to basketball, but it's been fun, and it just seems like it goes so fast.
It does. It sure does. But it's been, again, a lot of fun this season. I've enjoyed being in the broadcast booth with you, Bruce, and it's always fun cheering on these St. Louis Park Orioles and the Benilde Red Knights as our local teams, and it's just a fun way to be a part of the local community and Friday Night Lights.
It definitely is, and again, we want to wish these seniors who have played their last game here at St. Louis Park their best of luck and on their future endeavors. May they all be successful, and again, congratulations to them and their parents. And what a great! It's been fun watching a lot of these kids play. So
sure has.
So final score here from St. Louis Park is Chaska 42, the St. Louis Park Orioles 6. On behalf of Paul Bodwin, I'm Bruce Oberman saying so long and thanks for joining us tonight from St. Louis Park.